Playing Doom with just a pistol is not for the weak. This challenge genuinely broke my soul. And that is all she wrote. That is what we will be using for the rest of the game. Oh, clipped on, absolutely tricked on. Don't even at me, I'm the pistol god. So here are the rules that I was playing by. The only weapon I could shoot was the pistol. So I couldn't use any other weapon in the weapon wheel. I couldn't use the BFG. I couldn't use the chainsaw to get kills. The only thing I was allowed to, the only other thing I was allowed to use in the pistol was the grenades and power-ups, okay? It was the only thing I'm allowed to use. And yeah, this challenge broke my soul, so I hope you enjoy. Obviously, I will be playing on the hardest difficulty. Wait, but not ultra nightmare, because I will die. It's a given fact that I will genuinely die. In fact, I'd even go to say I would die a bajillion times before I complete this with just the pistol, because I can barely complete this game with anything else. But here we go. After annihilating this poor guy's fucking forehead into a different realm, it was time to finally pick up the weapon I would be using for the rest of the run. Yep, they just give it to you right away. So, literally, this is what I will be using. And that is all she wrote. That is what we will be using for the rest of the game. There we go. We have it in our hands. The prophecy. The weapon. Ah, fuck off, you big hag. So after acquiring the Big Daddy Annihilator suit, it was time for me to finally be released into the world, and it was for our first encounter. This was where we're introduced to the Imp, and let me tell you, the Imp will become the single most annoying enemy in this game. I'm not even joking, I don't know what it is. On Nightmare Node, they literally hit like trains. Those little fireballs they fire, I'm convinced they are straight from the depths of hell, and no pun intended. It was now time to rip the smaller testicle out of the bigger testicle. This allowed me to summon, I don't know, 18,000 imps. That's what it felt like. And after just slandering them, it was to no one's surprise that my first death would come quite quick, actually. Right here, right now, as I got literally slapped around by 28,000 million imps. After clearing out this area on the second go around, it was finally time to go down the elevator, and this is when it really gets, this is when it begins. This is when shit gets tough. Cue epic intro music. Oh yeah. Lock in. This next arena introduces the soldier, and he's honestly not the worst guy to deal with ever, to be honest. Like, I'd say roughly he's got the same amount of health as an imp, but he doesn't do nearly as much damage. But despite that, since there are imps in this arena after all, I must have died genuinely 7 times, 8 times, like this, and it's the first arena. It's the first arena. That's 2x2, that's 2x2. Oh, why do they actually 2-tap me? This difficulty is no joke. I'm not afraid! I'm afraid. What even killed me? Little perseverance, I could actually finally get this arena done. Yeah, so second arena, genuinely, it did take years off my life. Even though it should have been easy because... Actually, no, you know what? It wasn't actually easy because the imps... Anyway, moving on, robbing dead guys, as per usual. Literally, this is going to be a staple through this playthrough, is robbing dead guys. Also decided to get the collectible. Couldn't tell you why I wanted to do that, but yeah, I did it anyway. Also got the Praetor suit token here. We're going to need to collect a lot of these because every upgrade I get will genuinely be crucial to this playthrough, like, or else I will just get annihilated by absolutely fucking everything. Once again, I don't know why. I actually don't know why I've wasted my time picking up all of this loot, because I'm never going to use the shotgun. So why have I gone and picked up the shotgun modification? Like what am I doing with that? Put it back, mate. Give it back. Pass it along to the next person. Oh, clipped on. Absolutely tricked on. Don't even at me. I'm the pistol god. living off the euphoria of killing like literally 2 enemies. I was soon quickly humbled after getting nothing but gassed on by an imp. Like they actually throw like prime NBA players. Like I don't even know what's going on here. Like he's 60 spinball at me. The third arena here. This is pretty fine arena. It's pretty chill. Genuinely just a load of soldiers and shit just squirming about. But there are barrels. Now those barrels will genuinely be the crux of this playthrough. Barrels are the GOAT. Every time you see a barrel, you just have to get as many enemies as possible next to them, shoot it with the pistol, boom, boom. It actually is the biggest lifesaver of this playthrough, next to the grenades. It wouldn't be me playing the game without a swift death on what should be genuinely the easiest of levels, and another death followed straight back to it, not even in the same location, couldn't even make it back to the arena, but I did get it done in the end, and after parkour, which also will become my #1 villain of this playthrough, I could exit the facility, finish the first level. I was feeling absolutely great. Little did I know what was to come throughout this playthrough would genuinely be like torture. It would actually be torture. No joke. The next levels, pretty chill, you know. I'm moving through these corridors like I'm a genuine police officer, military trained, you know, hitting up these demons, sliming them out. Jumped on, actually jumped by an imp. I had to put him down, used lethal force. And then just a load of walking to this power terminal, turned that shit on, was able to progress into the level, further down into the depths of the booty hole of this facility. This actual level was not, like, this whole level overall was genuinely not the worst of things. Like, we're introduced to this little fella here. I got the secret level, you know what it is. The only actual secret level I can ever find. Maybe it's because I haven't looked very hard, but I have only ever been able to find this specific secret level, and I do it every time, and I don't know why. It gives me no benefits. This arena on this level, actually pretty easy. Not gonna lie. I did die. Like, I did die 1 or 2 times maybe, but like, apart from that, pretty chill arena. As long as you just keep moving. The whole, like, key to this game is just to keep moving. Especially with the pistol. You just gotta keep moving. Get your shot charged, and then absolutely hit it, because if you do not hit your shot, especially in these earlier stages of the game, you're screwed. You're screwed. But apart from that arena, it took me like 1 or 2 tries, maybe 3, I can't even remember, but not too bad. So I absolutely thumped the shite out of this button. No respect for technology Doom Guy has. Do some silly little parkour. I don't know where the fuck I think I was going with that one. Pulled out the chainsaw. Don't know why I collected it. Could have just progressed without wasting my time. I so wish I could use the chainsaw. I miss the chainsaw. But like, there's no point me using it because I don't need ammo, so I'm using it just to kill enemies at that point, and it wouldn't make sense. This little fight, you know what? Okay, except from this absolute fucking ankle biter on the pillar. Like, what's he doing up there? I hate it when they do that. I genuinely hate it. It's the most annoying thing ever. Ignore this skillful play. 1,000, like, I actually think I should be top 100 Doom player, because that was genuinely the coldest play of a lifetime. So hit me up, esports. I will do anything you want on Doom. After parting this door, like, why does Doom Guy part the doors like a pair of booty cheeks? Anyway, onto this testicle. This was pretty easy testicle, honestly. This thing was, yeah, I genuinely think, like, it could be a lot harder. These starting levels are all, like, the exact same. It's just imps and soldiers. That's all they throw at you. And once you get, like, the key to imps and soldiers is moving. Maybe not other enemies. I know I said you always gotta be moving, which you do. But, like, specifically imps and soldiers, you gotta be moving. I was doing fine up until this point, but I don't think I could have fat-fingered any more buttons in this situation. Like, actually, where was I going with that? Next go around, I finished it, and I was able to take up to the elevator to a load of shite. Like, is this what I'm fighting for? Genuinely. Been able to stonewall the first jump scare, but damn. They got me on the second one, I can't even lie. Oh, you're a little hoe. I forgot about that. I actually forgot about that. If I die, I hate you. 2 jump scares back to back. That's cheap. The next arena after that then greeted me with two soldiers that were folded like an omelette, and I think I should have dipped because their buddies turned me into a scramble. However, on the next attempt, I was able to pick up the Roids booster pack, and I tore those demons limb from limb. I was like, I don't know, maybe Dim Guy had a dinner to get to. I seriously don't get this obsession with touching dead bodies, but here we are. After carefully dicing my way through the parkour, I was able to get down to this random ass corridor where I was met with my worst enemy. Using the pistol on shield, guys. It is like actually pissing into the wind. You get where you started, but you're slightly more wet. After the most interesting conversation with Papa Hayden ever, it was time to move on to the next level.
It's a gift. Take it.
Oh yes, this health instantly, health genuinely. Yo, stop yapping. Health. Which instantly killed me using the power of the Force, because seriously, how did I die? No problem though, because like a bad smell, I always linger. And speaking of which, trying to watch my show, I was rudely interrupted by some dingleberry who thinks he's moving like Deadshot on my ass. Pressing on to the first testicle of this map, I was scared, as I thought it was Hell Knight territory. However, it turns out that this was not this battle. It was fairly easy. That wasn't until 3 seconds later, where it was Hell Knight territory. The Hell Knight did cause me a lot of issues, however, I would soon develop a tactic that would be applied many times throughout this run. Not only with the Hell Knights, but with other enemies too. I call it Ring Around a Hell Knight. The premise is simple. Find your local nearest pillar, just walk around it this way. The Hell Knight will never be able to stomp your shit in. It works wonders, but there is a catch to this tactic. That is, don't get stuck on anything. As soon as you do, count your days. Picking up another upgrade and investing straight into health, it was time to move on. And now they were getting a little too frequent with the Hell Knights. Like, I know you introduced it, so you gotta use it, but come on. Now, this battle was quite easy. The only problem was with how small the arena was, but as long as you jump enough and keep walking down the stairs and back up again, you'll be fine. After borrowing no longer needed objects from the dead, the magical blue key card led me to the next testicle. And although they had bouncers on the door, I was able to shed through them. Now, up until this point, I haven't had a death to the environment, but this was the first and not the last, as in this one fight, I would go on to die to the environment more times than the enemies. Like, I must have been a blind spot for gaping holes. Well, actually, hold on, I definitely don't, but I really don't know what was happening here. This little area was quite fun, and obviously the Hell Knights had to get in on the action, so they decided to throw two of them at me. Why they wanted to do that, I do not know. But they went down easy, and I could move on to the next level, where I instantly died. Maybe I'm allergic to the sun, or maybe it was the fireball. I might go with the first answer in those choices. This testicle had the advantage of having a load of barrels in the arena, which allowed for a pretty swift victory over the demons, as they're genuinely just broken items, I can't lie. I wish it was Doom Eternal where you could get that perk that it respawns, or maybe it's this game, I can't remember. However, I was able to accomplish my dreams of caressing and destroying this big blue dildo, and was also rewarded with some more health for my efforts. After yielding to the power of the barrels and absolutely dogging on the enemies, the way of the pistol was starting to come natural, and with that, 2 down, 1 to go, and let me tell you, I was shitting myself for this battle, because I knew what was lurking was something even more wrinkled than Olivia herself, which is no easy task. I'm of course talking about the Summoner, who I thought would be really hard, actually turned out to be quite easy. Like, she must have really low health or something, because I was able to take her down with like a 3-year-old child. That actually can't be right though, because a 3-year-old child would definitely rock my shit. This, however, is no issue for me though, as I have a pistol, and I'm not using my fists. After parting my way knee-deep into testicle, this battle would give me the Mega Tear, and it made it quite easy. The power-ups are actually so OP, it kind of hurts, and finally the last Mega Dildo was able to be destroyed, which allowed me to progress onto the next level, which at this point, I was going crazy. I'm not excited. Wait, but I get the double jump, do you know? Oh yeah, fuck the Revenant. This is not good. This is not good at all. Like, I was actually like considering giving up the run at this point, but you know. They introduced the Revenant here, who would also be a non-issue because he is ass. I mean, look at him. He has the physique of an 80-year-old grandma. I don't think I'm too worried about him, especially now that I have god level boots that, you know, made me jump higher or something. Like, why would we invent these and, like, use them? Like, we did not need these. And they also claimed my life because they enabled me to do more parkour. So, you know, what the actual fuck? The double jump boots. After watching Olivia waltz away, like, you're telling me I couldn't just be straight through that glass and snap her ass in two? But sure, I'll play your game. This battle just wanted to throw a load of imps at me, like maybe they forgot they had them in the game, like they saw it in the game files and they just wanted to use like more time out of their assets. But I digress, this battle was easy as fuck. They introduced the Mankey, the Mankey bus, as I like to call him, on this level, who I thought would be an issue, but due to his extreme size and ability to get nowhere fast, I was pretty safe. I was more worried about the Hell Knights in this level, as they still pose a big threat to me and my breathing. But the one disadvantage of this arena was the fact there's a lot of space to work with. I like a lot of movement. I feel like sometimes I'm a water particle. This made the arena 10 times easier. After watching Olivia jump into the nether, I got a Halo level objective, which was pretty much just telling me to live, which comes easy to me. So I was able to complete this level. No more issues. Yeah, like that. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty good. I wasn't even nervous at all. Now that I was being the slow cooker, it was time to start exploring hell, which despite being famous for being warm was actually pretty chill. However, the fact I was in with the demon's hometown was, you know, making me feel slightly nervous, as that would mean they would be everywhere, allowing them to start spawning more shite and introducing more demons. For the first part of this battle is fine, but nothing new here. However, in true Doom fashion, they would reuse this later just because they hate me. This battle decides to drop a few summoners in because why not? We love the summoner here. And this probably made the fight easier than it should have been because the summoners are genuinely no problem for the might of the pistol. And with this, I can't speak, and with this it was time to move on. Does this area look familiar? If you said yes, congratulations, you have a memory that lasts more than 3 seconds. But for those who are still confused, it's the area I was talking about before. And here they introduce the Caco demon. Not the Caco, the cock. For some reason, just like the imps on this difficulty, they decided to make them do so much damage. And they can fly. Not to mention sometimes when they go into glory kill state and you're right below them, you cannot glory kill them. Because this isn't Doom Eternal, unfortunately. This next battle was actually really quite annoying, and I don't know why. However, after this, they decided to introduce Big Daddy Hell Knight, aka the Baron of Hell. Honestly, I was worried for this, but when fighting him, I just kind of realized he's just a bigger Hell Knight, and he can throw shit. So honestly, they aren't too bad to fight. As long as you keep moving away from them, you'll be fine. And the quad damage in this arena also helped my case, as the grenades will just melt anything. And now, moving on to the last arena of this level, and I kid you not, this shit actually took me hours. This arena is awkward to maneuver. The enemies in it are all really fast, such as the Revenant and the Hell Knights, but I found this ledge. To keep jumping up and down on them made things quite easy, and with that, I was able to finish the level. Now back into the realm of Earth, but on Mars, I was able to get back to my true passion, looting dead bodies. And also dying, which is great because I love when I do that stuff. They also introduced the Pinky on this level in this tight little corridor, and let me tell you, the Pinky is an annoying ass enemy with the piss. Just doesn't do enough damage, and it was also on this level, after further progress, I came across the bane of this playthrough, the pistol glitch. I actually, to this day, have no clue why this happens, but every now and then with the pistol, it will just bug out and you can't shoot it. You just have to die, which is actually really, really annoying, and I would only find out there's a potential way to fix it later in the run, and by later, I mean the end of the run. After realizing half of a hell's worth of pinkies in this testicle, I was able to overcome this pretty easy using my dance skills, which led me to, of course, another testicle, as they always come in pairs, unlike me, which was just as easy, if not easier, to be honest, as I imagined to first try it, despite them trying their best to fly at my butthole and eat me out like a prime happy ending massage. After having to sit through more insufferable dialogue between Olivia Bonehag and Samuel Hayden, it was time to jump down a shaft. And not the fun type of shaft, the type of shaft that leads you to misery and pain, in being this train, because I just didn't want to continue with this at this point. And boy was I right, I should have quit, because the area this train allows me to access is just annoying. Case in point, look at this fat ass marching up behind me. I must have left my Big Mac meal on me, and he was able to sniff me out and quickly end my life for the Golden Arches loot. Okay. And that, it wasn't too bad, and I was able to get BDSM'd by Daddy Hayden, where they then took away my joy by introducing the Cyber Mancubus. And I'm sorry if you like this enemy, but I genuinely have no clue why they added him. It's just the Mancubus, but his cum stains on the floor. And he has more health. They couldn't have just not made him, and literally nothing would have changed in the game. In fact, it would have gotten better. I hate this guy. I hope he never returns. With the BFG being a knob's reach away, I turned off my neurons and forgot I actually had to shoot the thing down while I waited for something to happen, but after I got over the mental hurdle, I would move on to this testicle. Which, by the way, was not difficult at all, as there was lots of room to move, as well as the portals, which were handy for escape. Are we for real too, grenade? But on the other hand, they also decided it would be haha funny if they left these Baron of Hells towards the end, which I did not find so amusing, as I just wanted to finish the level. For some reason on the next level, they would want to use this arena twice to fight in, as if I enjoyed it the first time, because the amount of fodder demons in this arena it's insane. Like, it's genuinely, it's off the rails insane. And I might just be going crazy, but I swear they just spawn infinitely until everything else is dead. So it was a sure bet that this would take me forever. But I did not know the pain that would pursue on another level that nothing could prepare me for. The area after that, though, was quite easy, especially when I discovered I could just sit in this corner and the enemies would go just limp. It was like they turned off their brains, but hey, I'm not complaining, as I could just sit there and blast away and everything was fine. But the corridor after was a different story. Too many pinkies, enough said, and the fact that it led me to a conversation with Olivia kind of made me upset. After talking to her, she led me to this donut looking area, which was annoying, as I had the tactic to just keep walking around the circle, but they decided that it would be too easy on us, so they put these big ass fins that stuck out, just so you could get caught on them, and the demons can have their way with you, which, you know, in any other circumstance would be fine, but not when they get too violent and decide that killing me would be better. He just jumped on top of my head and I couldn't even dodge. This is so infuriating. This is so infuriating. Holy shit, this arena sucks. Why have they put these fins here? After that, it was back to where I began, and I don't know how he managed to do it, but they actually made it easier the second time around. Maybe they felt bad for me, or maybe I'm just getting better, but I will never know. No way, I've got the pistol glitch again. With the level almost over, I got jumped on my way to the toilet, which I really wasn't happy about, as I needed to pee. Now this is the first boss of the game, the Cyber Demon, which honestly, he wasn't too bad. He has a few attacks. One is a barrage of missiles he directly shoots at you, which, you know, it can be easily dodged by strafing. The other is a barrage of missiles he sends up into the air, and just stay out of the circles. The next is a laser, which is kind of weird, but you just have to change direction like the second before he fires, and you dodge it. And the next projectile attack, he has this blade thing. I actually don't really know what it is, but it's slow moving and it can be easily jumped over. The last of his attacks is a simple charge.
He literally doesn't have a single issue with it.
I mean, to be fair, I've completed Doom Eternal on Ultra Nightmare, which is when you die, you lose the whole game. But that's because you get a cool skin for it.
He just doesn't.
He just does it for the
that
love of the game.
game. He doesn't.
It doesn't end there killing him once, as he has a second phase. Now, all the attacks are the same as the first one, except he has unlocked the builds game mode, and will try boxing you in like a fish. Other than that, he was quite easy, I must say. There's such a kind and caring workforce here.
Fella works with the vulnerable, by the way.
Boss!
What?
I beat the boss. Holy shit, my palms are sweaty. It was off to a great start as they immediately dropped 2 angry flying meatballs into my airspace. I took that personally and killed them in cold blood in order to move on. Navigating the hallways of this level really quite hard, as they decided it would be really funny if they put the bodybuilders down every single turn. Now, I personally didn't see the humour in this, as I was starting to get fed up. But pushing that aside, I could make it to the first arena of this level. Oh, holy shit. That was crazy. Which was honestly not too bad, as they gave plenty of room to maneuver, as well as jump pads, which came in clutch when using the pistol, which led me to the room where they try and crush you. As you can see, I was very happy I was here, and I was stuck in this stupid, unskippable part of the level. After this shite, I was able to get to the next battle, which was also quite easy, although I did find this one a little harder due to the fact that there was definitely more restricted movement, but the Berserk ability allowed me to deal with the real threats easy and therefore continue the level without too much stress. Looks familiar. It's the one gaff from Doom 1993, or at least I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember as I haven't played that game in a while, so please don't quote me on that. Difficulty wise, it honestly wasn't too stressful, as the enemies are really weak, such as the Revenant, or slow like the Mancubus. Not to mention, the quad damage in this would make the final moments a lot easier, as all the abilities do in this run. This section of the level would turn out to be a right dildo in the ass, as not only does it have annoying pinkies, but at the end of this encounter they would also just decide to throw 2 Baron of Hells at you, which I really didn't enjoy, as I think a closet would have more space than this encounter. Nevertheless, with a few deaths and persistence, I was able to dance my way to victory. It just took years of my life. And this allowed me to progress to the whole of the level, where after dealing with this quick little encounter, which wasn't too stressful, I could get to the part, this stupid little corridor, where they just be throwing bullshit after bullshit at you, which genuinely took years of my life. Like, I think I spent hours alone on this tiny little section just because of how annoying it was, especially dealing with all these pinkies just using the pistol. It was a nightmare. So naturally, in celebration and wanting to taste some power, I dispensed my BFG shots into the atmosphere and moved to the next boss, which would turn out to be the hardest boss of this playthrough. I don't know what it was about this guy, but he's so annoying. I'm actually not, like, even thinking about it right now is so annoying. And you have to learn his shit, because if you don't, he is a nightmare. And it seriously took me hours and hours, I think 5 altogether, just on this one dude. And not to mention, even after I got the first phase, he had a second phase. This most annoying part by far is just how much shite is going on the screen, especially in the second phase, where there's 2 of them and they are just straight spamming you with attacks. It becomes nigh on impossible to beat them, but I persevere and curb stomp them into a different reality. I won! I won! The boss! I beat the boss! I beat the boss! Holy fucking shit! Oh my god. Section of this next level was really annoying, but oh brother, it would not compare as to what would come, as this level would hold in store one of the hardest encounters of this run. It would genuinely take years of my life, which is this train section. where first stop seemed to have been Take Your Soul Avenue, as this was genuinely one of the hardest, if not the hardest arena of this challenge, as the amount of demons that are here and the power of them is no joke. Like the first wave features 2 Baron of Hells, let alone the rest of the fight, so I genuinely spent hours on this, not to mention the fact I would keep fat fingering the BFG and firing it. So I resorted naturally to unloading all my ammo at the start of the encounter, because when I fired the BFG, I would obviously have to restart.
I am losing memory capabilities. Control of once Vega's core is destroyed, the vacuum of energy will pull you back through to hell. We have your destination set to the well's location. Now use the crucible to power it.
After a lot of soul-taking pain, I finally managed to conquer this level and move on to the final level of this game. This first encounter might have been the hardest of the 10, to be honest, but the second one was definitely the easiest, as I discovered this ledge you could hop back onto. This would mean the enemies can't really hit you, but you can hit them. However, while I was up there, no new enemies would spawn, so you just have to keep hopping up and down, and eventually you will pick off all the enemies. However, this next arena would be quite a lot more difficult, especially due to the fact I would actually have to fight. In this one, and due to it being the second last battle in the game, they were definitely stepping up the challenge. However, through sheer determination to kill with my best friend and a few dispenses of the BFG for button mashing reasons, it was finally time to move on to the last boss of the game. Now, I have no clue what happened to the second battle in the set of 3, but I can't find it anywhere. I genuinely don't know what happened in this arena, but from what I remember, it wasn't too hard, although it could have been hard, but I really don't think it was, because all of these battles were kind of on the same level except from the first one, and that was just easy because, you know, I'm just able to cheese it. Now, onto the Spider Mastermind, the last boss of the game, and also the last level. I don't think it's really a level, it's like kind of joined on to the other level, but you know what I mean, the last boss. Honestly, it's quite easy. Once you develop the pattern recognition on Spider Mastermind and what she's going to do, she's actually really easy to read and dodge. However, it did take me a while to work out the electric attacks because I don't know what I was doing. I think I developed a brain disease while I was playing this, and I couldn't realize that, you know, the big pillar she takes up and she like holds it above her head and then she fires at you. I didn't realize that you could shoot it and it would stun her. But after I did realize that, it really was an easy battle, to be honest. The only thing that would always damage me was that attack where the electric would go on the floor and then it would go up the pillars and you'd have to jump off at the right time. I could just never get the timing right. I was always off by like a few seconds, but if you use the life siphon grenades, it's really hard to die on this boss, to be honest. But after about an hour of trying, I managed to kill her and beat the game. So that was Doom 2016 on Nightmare difficulty, only using the pistol. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Oh my god, even though I fucking used the BFG at the end for the final cutscene or whatever. Holy shit. That is insane. That was Doom. Only using a pistol. Fuck me.
You've won. It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched you work. Come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our way. Until we see each other again.
Suck my big pistol dick. If it would work. Shotgun, 0 enemies killed, 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 0 and 0, 1840.